So about a month ago, I posted my very first video on this channel explaining how I wanted to use my DoorDash side hustle income in order to pay off one of my student loans this year. And then in this video, I broke down a calculations formula for my earnings goals each month. In today's video, I'll share with you what my January DoorDash earnings look like, how I apply those earnings to my student loan balance, as well as my overall review of how I made out for the month of January. So stay tuned. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Shanita. This time with braces. I'm a public educator based here out of Houston, Texas, and on this channel, we explore the strategies and tools needed to help you build up your side hustle game, become more productive, as well as pay off those student loans. So if any of these topics interest you, consider subscribing. So before I start diving into what my overall earnings goals were for the month of January with DoorDash, I want to start by saying that I don't have any outstanding consumer debt, which means that I am able to put the majority, if not all, of my side hustle earnings towards my student loan balance because I don't have any of the following. I don't have any credit card debt. I do not have a car note. I don't have a mortgage or any medical debt or any other personal debt. Therefore, the excess money that I bring in with my DoorDash side hustle income, I can fully apply it towards my student loan balance. So I've been doing my sole proprietorship on the DoorDash platform for about 3 years now, and it says that the total amount of deliveries that I've done since I first started is 5,262 deliveries. Now, here are some criteria in order to remain on the DoorDash platform. You'll have to have at least a 4.2 customer service rating, a completion rating of at least 80%. And because you are considered an independent contractor, you decide what orders you would like to accept, as well as how many orders you would like to accept in any given day. So therefore, there is no minimum acceptance rate that you have to have in order to stay on the DoorDash platform. Please know that these earnings are considered part-time side hustle work. So if you are doing DoorDash or are considering doing DoorDash in the future, you may potentially earn twice as much as me depending on how much time you put into it. I typically only do this in my spare time, supplemental to my full-time income, working in public education. I will do a separate video in terms of my budget based on my full-time income. So what I have noticed is that over the last 3 years, my income has increased because my strategy has improved. I've learned not to accept every single order, which is why the acceptance rating might seem a little low for some people. I've learned a lot in the process, and therefore my income has increased as a result. All right, so now what you came here for. Let's go ahead and take a look at my DoorDash earnings for the month of January. So a couple key things to note. DoorDash pays you out weekly, so your pay is based on a Monday through Sunday schedule. So as you may recall in my previous video, I set out to have a weekly earnings goal of $350. It looks like I did not make that earnings goal. It looks like for the first week of January, it seems I exceeded that goal, earning a total for that week of $362.75. Now on the screen, you'll see terms like dash time and active time, as well as the balance. The dash time is the total amount of time you spend dashing during a given time period. It includes the active time and the time you spent waiting for orders. Now the active time is the total amount of time you spent on the actual deliveries. It starts the moment you accept the order and it ends when you mark it as complete. Now the available balance. The balance is the amount of money available for transfer to your bank account for that week. This amount may differ from your weekly earnings if you have collected cash from the customer, or if you have initiated an immediate pay, or what they would call fast pay, or if you have received tips on a past delivery. So this often happens when you go to some place like Walmart, for example, where you would get paid for the actual delivery, but then on the back end, the customer has the ability to add on an additional tip after they've already received the products. This doesn't happen often, but it is a nice little bonus if you've done a great job and a surprise comes along later on. But typically, most customers tip at the same time they are submitting payment for the actual order. Also, please don't forget to give me a like in this video if you found this information useful. As a new channel, this really does help me out with the YouTube algorithm, and you liking this video does help push this video out to other people who may also find this information useful. So my total earnings for the month of January this month was $1,124.71. Now let's go ahead and compare that to this time last year. It looks like last year I made a total of $1,296.05, but I did not hit the $1,400 goal that I had set for myself. But it seems as though last year this time I still didn't hit $1,400, so I can't really beat myself up too much about it. This difference between this year and last year's January earnings does speak to the times that we're currently in now. It does reflect that people may not have the discretionary income that they used to have to be able to splurge on a dinner ordered to their home from a restaurant that they really enjoy. And that's not to say that that's everyone's situation. There are plenty of people who use the DoorDash platform because they may have a disability where they're not able to go to the restaurant that they choose to as often as they would like, so they prefer to order using the DoorDash platform. So now it is time to take these earnings and give it away. Fun times. All right, so when I log into the Navient student loan servicer platform, it gives me the options of being able to see my student loans, and then I can select which student loan I'd like to apply my overpayment to. Now at the time of making this overpayment, I had already made my standard monthly payment, so this is an addition to my standard monthly payment. Once I clicked on my student loans, I specified the overpayment that I wanted to make towards one specific loan. I've chosen to allocate this overpayment towards the lowest of the two student loans. Then I got to a point on the screen where it was asking me how I wanted to allocate this overpayment. So that's when I got on the phone and called a Navient service representative who could be able to help me answer this question.
I see your regular monthly payment $388, and you choose to pay the loan. You have two loans. The loan number one, you put $500, that payment going to be to your current balance.
Okay, so it'll be towards my current balance and not towards future interest?
Because you're going to still make your regular monthly payment, correct? You're going to still pay you $388 every month?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Yes, this is something they can call to you to the principal balance, to the loan you choose.
So Navient gives you two different options on how you want to allocate your overpayment. The first option says to advance my due date by the number of payments I cover. That's not what I wanted. So then I was told that the option that I do want would be, yes, bill me for future monthly payment. You will be required to make the full monthly payment with your next billing statement. Still bill me what I normally pay every single month, but to regard this overpayment as one separate payment that should go towards the principal. That is what I wanted. All right, so now that I have pressed submit, it's now showing that I have successfully made my first overpayment for the year. There it goes. All right, friends, so that's it for now. Be sure to watch these two videos, as well as hitting that notification bell so that you can be updated every time I post a new video on this channel. All right, until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.